Come on! Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, let's just say, I'm not sure whether we deserve that or not, but we've got it nonetheless. And, well, I don't think you'll see this smile off my face for at least a week. Come on! Oh my God, that is brilliant. That is absolutely superb. One of our only few chances of the game came about. We took it. And wow. Great finish by Delap. Bit of luck with a bit of a deflection. Yes! And then it was just absolute, from when we scored that in whatever, 14th minute, whatever it was just absolute bombardment. Bombardment of our penalty area by the Foxes. And we weathered a storm. And that's our first clean sheet of the season. Racinia's talked about how in pre-season this time, he's worked on us being more attacking and, getting further up the pitch, and our presses, we trigger that press higher now. And it's a fine line we've got to find between being solid at the back and still doing well going forward. Last season, we would not have scored that one chance. We simply would not. We were far from clinical enough to do that. But this time around, when Liam Delap cut it in off the right flank onto his left foot, bit of a deflection off Yannick Vestergaard to steer it past Mads Hermansson. That was all it took, and Connolly caused them problems in terms of press, and we did some of the pressing was incredible. There was a moment in the first half, I think it was, where Connolly and Delap and Traore were all pressing at once, and it created a difficult situation, and Leicester had to go along and ended up surrendering possession. Alfie Jones or Louis Coyle brought it down, and we rebuilt. And that is what this whole pre-season, this whole transfer window has been about. It's been about waiting to get the right players in, and eventually we'll get something special. None of the deadline day lads played today, but we're starting to see that Liam Racina has assembled a very, very, very nice team. And we're only going to get better as Connolly gets more minutes in him, as Vinagre, who I thought was absolutely excellent today at left back coming in, as he gets more minutes into him after his injury. When Tufan comes back from his little knock, which has kept him out today. When Twine is more integrated. When we get Philogene integrated. When, excuse me, when, we can eventually get Furlong in and Tyler Morton in and all players like this. We're going to be such a good team. And we're the first team to beat Leicester this season. That Leicester team is absolutely star-studded, and I have no doubt they will do well this season. But in the early stages of the game, when it was quite open, we didn't just sit back and let them play their way. We took the game to them. And we challenged them, and we gave them something to think about going forward. And we had the big chance, which Delap took. And from there on, we were remarkable in defence. We had a lot of pressure, but we weathered it well. Ingram was called into action a couple of times. There was a ball played through by Callum Doyle towards Kane and Dewsbury Hall, where Ingram stormed off his line to the edge of his area and smothered it. That's something he wouldn't have done last season. All these things that Racinia's been working on since he took over 10 months ago, they're they're beginning to accumulate now into what is a well-drilled championship outfit. And that's all we want. That's what we want. And like I've said, as it gets better, you know, we're gonna do well this season. We're gonna do well this season. We'll be challenging. We'll be challenging in the mix for the playoffs. Definitely, we're up into the playoff spots now after 5 games. One of the predictions I put in the predictions bingo pool with Lewis and Marcus was that we would be in the top 6 after 6 games. I can't remember off the top of my head who's got that. I think it might be Lewis. Just thinking. But a result against Coventry was there. Oh wow, I'm so buzzing. I am so buzzing. What I would just like to say though, I do understand that Leicester were by far the better team. The best team lost, definitely, but we did our job. We got an early goal and we had something to hang on to late in the game. And like, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine by me. A win at the KP this season, they're going to be hard to come by for teams. And we're going to be one of the teams that's walked away with 3 points. That makes me incredibly happy. Also, I will just say the refereeing was absolutely shambolic. The refereeing was shambolic for both teams. I think, you know, when you consider, from a City perspective, Alfie Jones and Louis Cole were both booked early on for shirt pulls, but then Wout Faes pulled the shirt of Aaron Connolly, then pushed him to the floor and got no punishment for that. Callum Doyle could have seen about 4 yellow cards. So I don't quite know what John Busby was doing. And then from the Leicester perspective, added time. There should have been a lot more than 3 minutes. I sat watching it in my living room. My dad said 7. I said 5. But nobody would have expected 3 minutes added on. Surely. That's just... I think the referee might have forgotten the rewriting of the rule book a little bit that was done at the start of this season, to be fair. Don't quite know what was going through his head. And from a Leicester perspective as well, I do think the Harry Winks booking, the actual foul was harsh, but his reaction to that was what warranted the yellow. I don't think the foul was a foul. It was a very, very light touch on Seri. And that in itself, I don't think is worthy of the yellow card, but the way Winks responded to that was what obviously gave him the booking. So, yeah, international break. Going into the international break on a high. We had James Furlong in the... he travelled with the team today. Joined up at Leicester, I believe he would have done. Same with Bora. Bora Eidenlech. So hopefully when those two... Bora's going to spend a bit of time with the academy first of all, I believe. Before the first team. But yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day to be a Hull City fan. Jaden Philogene too. He's still got to get adapted. I don't think Tyler Morton was there either. So yeah, a lot to be going on with over the international break. And when those players get acclimatised and settled in and what have you, Philogene will come in. James Furlong is going away with the Republic of Ireland under 21, so I don't think we'll see him. But Bora will stay. I think he's been in England for the last couple of weeks as well. And I believe Tyler Morton has also not been called up, so he will have time to come in, settle in, that sort of thing. Yeah, not too shabby at all. We'll take that. We'll very much take that. Very happy going into the international break. Gutted I couldn't be there as well, but some things just aren't meant to be. Thank you for watching, and what a win. Come on!